Okay, I'm gonna make a quick video here on my 2020 Colt Python. I've had it for a couple weeks now. I got it New Year's Eve of 22, and this is January 15th of 23, so I've had it like a couple weeks. And been shooting it quite a bit. No problems at all. But I'm mainly doing a bit. There's a target I shot at 25 yards using semi-wad cutter lead bullets that I cast. And that's resting my hands on top of this bag and real steady out to 25 yards out there. And it looks like it does real good. Repeatable groups on it all the time. And here's some cast bullets that I load and shoot through it. That's a 150 grain semi-wad cutter. And the bullet mode is a Noe bullet mode from Noe. And the bullet mode is, I think it's 360 by 152 for the 357 Magnum or 38s. And it's a copy mode of, I guess, the old Lyman modes from years ago. It's the 358 477 bullet. And it'll chamber in the gun, in the cylinders. In the nose, right to the end. So you get, when you seat the bullet, you got to have it right at 1.6 or right at the crimp groove. Any longer and it'll stick out. Now, Noe makes a couple other modes. He's got a heavy semi-wad cutter. But the only thing with that mode is, I don't think it'll chamber in this Colt Python cylinder or a Smith & Wesson end frame. The bullet nose would be too long and stick out if you crimp it in the crimp groove. But if you crimp it on the top driving band, then it'd be okay. That's a great shooting bullet. I'm shooting about 14 grains of 2400. And it's not a full maximum power, but it's not far from it. And then there's another bullet that I cast for it. Now this I use for 38. And it's a round nose. It's a good all around your standard 38 round nose from way back years ago. It's also another copyright of an old mode from back in the day. Noe sells these. This is 358 by 159 grain, and he says for 38 or 357. But if you crimp this bullet in the crimp groove, the nose is too long, and it'll stick out the cylinder if you're using it for 357. But if you're using it for 38, it's fine. It doesn't stick out. It's perfect. So that's what I use it for. I usually just use this one for the 38 special, and then the semi-wad cutter for the 357. And the 357, I sized the bullet, the cast bullet, to 357. And on the 38, I size it to 358. And it'll shoot real good. No leading in the barrel, no leading in the chamber throats, or none of that. And it's a pretty hard bullet. I use lino type mix, and it makes it a pretty hard bullet. There she is, the Colt Python, the new 2020 Colt Python 4-inch barrel. Sights are all still the same. I've heard a lot of people say their sights come loose. I've shot this gun 1,000 times, and my rear sight has not come loose none on me. And when you're shooting cast bullets, they print different than a high-powered jacketed one. So I got it raised all the way up, and that screw, with all the shooting I've done, it's still same spot. It's got a little set screw up there. It takes a real little bitty Allen wrench, like .05, and I usually, take my little Allen wrench and check it every now and then after 400 or 500 rounds, make sure nothing's coming loose. But no problem with the sights at all. They make aftermarket sights, but I see no need for it. The only thing I would like to change would be the front sight. It works good up to 10, 15 yards, but when you get out to 25 with old eyes, it gets a little blurry. But as long as you take your time and keep it flush, it'll print a good group. But I think just a standard black post in the front would be better for longer ranges. I've had no misfires, and I've used CCI primers, Federal primers, some other off-brand primer, Winchester primers, and had no light strikes. The hammer pull on single action's probably around 4.5 pounds, and I think doubles 7 or 9 pounds. But it's got a great trigger on it. It's not too stiff at all. But that's the Colt Python. Great shooting gun. Does real good with cast bullets. I just thought I'd make a quick video. Over and out.